What is up? Welcome to another edition of SacTown Movie Buffs. Once again, I'm Kier. Fortunately, there's no Jason here today, but I'm actually reviewing a film that is currently streaming on Peacock, and that film is Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. And I say without further ado, I say we get right into it. So Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul stars Sterling K. Brown as Lee Curtis Childs, and his wife, who plays his wife in the movie, is Regina Hall, who plays Trinity Childs. And basically, they are a Southern uh, pastors. He's a Southern pastors of a church that basically gets himself into some trouble. He's one of these big mega churches that has tons of members, thousands and thousands of members, in the South, super living the high life, tons of cars, big giant house. You know the type. Basically, he gets himself in trouble, gets himself involved in a scandal, basically where reportedly he was soliciting sex, I guess, if you will, from some of his young male members of the congregation. So they were supposedly adults, but they were like very young. We're talking like 18, 19-year-olds, basically, that he was basically kind of grooming in a sense for nefarious reasons, if you will. So that's kind of what happened. And basically, because of that, he basically him and his wife had to step back from the church and basically shut down the church for quite some time. So the movie is kind of basically shot as is almost like documentary style, because they basically have a camera crew that's following around as they plan their reopening or relaunch of the church itself. And so basically, they have a crew following them around. They basically kind of chronicle and cover some of the issues that they're having in terms of getting the church basically rebranded and reopened again, if you will. And then also, since they've left, there's been another church that's basically has popped up, and it's in another part of that town, and it's basically, in a nutshell, stealing all of the congregation members, because that church wasn't open, and obviously he's had these issues, and so now this church is kind of become the new premier church basically for that area. And so that's kind of basically the nutshell of the film, is basically him and his wife trying to get back to where they were. Relaunching the church. There's obviously some concerns, some troubles, because how many people actually want to come back to this church? And then obviously there's another church that's in the same area that has basically taken a lot of their congregation members, with another black couple that's younger, and doesn't have all these issues hanging over their heads right now, basically. And that's kind of the nutshell of the film. I liked it. It's a comedy dramedy, if you will. So it's got a lot of humor in it. It's quite funny. I thought that both the lead performances were great. I know that it's kind of based on another story, based on some factual events that have happened with some other pastors in the South, these huge mega churches and things of this nature. And like I said, not to say anything bad about religion or churches or anything of that nature, but there's always something to be said about these huge churches that have their pastors have like these giant cars and big houses, and some cases they have private jets and things of this nature. So there's always something to be said, and it's always kind of looked kind of sideways. So sometimes it's people kind of relish when the star kind of falls for these types of individuals, and you find out that they're just as kind of messed up as the rest of us. But at the same time, you always know that these people are human as well, and they're supposed to be leading by example, but they are human, and to err is human, I guess, if you will, as well. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun, funny film. Not the best film I've seen all year or anything of that nature, but it's definitely a really, really good watch. And it definitely, there's a lot of truth in there that happens, and probably a lot of churches, especially these big mega churches, where there's a lot of stuff that gets covered up, and a lot of things that are happening, behind the scenes that you're not aware of, you don't know about. And so, it's kind of interesting to see kind of exposed. And I just thought the chemistry of these two were quite funny. There's a scene when they're in the car, and the Nuck If You Buck song comes on, and they basically know the lyrics lyric for lyric. That was one of my favorite scenes of the entire film. So definitely one that I urge people to check out. If I had to give this one a grade, I'm probably going to lean towards a 3.5 out of 5 on this one. So definitely enjoyed it. So for me, that's because it's going to be a big old smile with some teeth. But let me know down in the comments, have you seen Honk for Jesus Save Your Soul? Did you like it? Did you not like it? As always, if you like our channel, we ask that you like, subscribe, make sure you hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our updates. And we should be both back again soon with some more shows for you guys. We thank you for watching and hope you have a great day. Bye.